Griffin Ender, and I'm presenting my hot topic case. I'm a little under the weather, so bear with me. My hot topic case is on the Deflategate Tom Brady saga against the NFL. So basically, a summary of what happened was on January 18th, 2015, the NFL or the AFC Championship game occurred in which the New England Patriots were playing against the Indianapolis Colts. The Patriots won by a score of 45-7. During the game, one of the Colts personnel obtained one of the Patriots' footballs, and they had that ball tested for, I guess they gauged the pressure of the PSI, which is pressure per square inch, and according to the gauge, it was out of the pressure zone, which is between 12.5 and 13.5 pounds per square inch. After the game, a report came out, and the NFL launched an investigation into the matter. The Patriots denied any involvement in the situation and said that it must have been an accident or just a common mistake. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell hired Theodore Wells, or Ted Wells, to investigate the situation, and Wells looked into it for a couple of months, and then on May 6th of 2015 published a report finding that it was more than probable that Tom Brady and the New England Patriots were generally aware of the deflation and deliberately deflated the balls to gain an advantage. They also found that it was most likely that the coaches of the Patriots were unaware of the ongoing situation. A little more than a week later, the NFL and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell announced that Tom Brady would be suspended without pay for the first 4 games of the 2015-2016 season. In addition to that, the Patriots were fined $1 million, and they would relinquish their first-round draft pick in the 2016 NFL Draft. Immediately following the sanctions by the NFL, the National Football League Players Association, the NFLPA, filed an appeal on Brady's behalf of the suspension. They also requested that a neutral arbitrator would oversee the case, but on June 23rd, Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, oversaw the case and denied the neutral arbitrator request. At the appeal hearing, Goodell announced that the NFL would uphold the 4-game suspension, citing that Brady destroying his phone as evidence was a critical factor in upholding the suspension. Following that appeal, the NFL Players Association filed another appeal, and this appeal would be heard by the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York. It would preside under Judge Richard Berman. After Judge Berman heard both cases, he threw out the original suspension of Brady, making him not suspended for any amount of time, on the grounds that the NFL did not give Brady his due process, and that Roger Goodell did not use his powers correctly. And so Brady was free to play and not suspended for any amount of time. The legal considerations of this case are that Roger Goodell abused his power of Article 46 of the Collective Bargaining Agreement. Article 46 gives Goodell the power to suspend or fine a player if they ruin or alter the integrity of the game. And the judge found that since there are no rules against the deliberate inflation or deflation of balls, that his use of Article 46 was unfair in this case. The next legal consideration was that NFL lawyer Jeff Pash, who was instrumental in the case, was made unavailable by the NFL to be cross-examined as a witness in regards to the Wells report. And the judge found that the Tom Brady and the National Football League Players Association were not granted their due process in this case. Some of the implications of this case were that Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, was kind of heat-checked and had to back up a little, and it limited his power in the court. Some future implications could be that more players may take the NFL to court. In recent news, many players' suspensions have been getting reduced after the NFL has originally given them the suspension. The other implications are that in 2020, when the collective bargaining agreement is up, the NFL and the NFL Players Association will have to agree upon a new interpretation of Article 46 and implement a rule in regards to the deliberate inflation or deflation of footballs. That's fairly specific, so it may have to be in regards to the deliberate alteration of equipment necessary to the game. Thank you.